Welcome to match day 7 of Division 2 of the Simulation Soccer League. Socc here, joined by Valpix for what will be the final set of the first round robin stage. And Val, as we've seen Division 2 start to shape out with its movers and shakers, which matchups are you looking forward to with this one?
I think the big barn burner is that Buenos and Reykjavik match. Buenos on 13 points plus 11 goal difference. Reykjavik not far behind, 10 points plus 4 goal difference, as we are getting started already.
Yep, we have Seoul Mythic taking on Red Star Laos, 7th versus 8th in this one, though Seoul are only 1 goal scored back of Adowa Accra FC to tie them. Well, there will still be that head-to-head tiebreak that will have to play out, but Seoul with a good chance to get some points on the board here if they can manage a win, and Laos will put themselves right into contention as they immediately do. Akil Adams, not even a minute in, immediately strikes first.
Second day in a row with a first-minute goal. There was one yesterday in the Athena game in Division 1. This one's quickly worked from right to left. Akil Adams just completely unmarked. Laos do tend to play with a lot of forward players, and it can lead to overload opportunities like that. As we take a look at that formation, it's a throwback formation, basically.
Yeah, almost like a 3-1-3-3, really. That was the only way I could describe it. As Seoul Mythic now have their opportunity and they strike. It's Colmertz playing up front for his first of the season. And a great job by the player manager to head that one home and almost immediately ties things back up.
Yeah, remember how I said they get players forward and they have the numbers edge going forward, does Lao? Yeah, it comes at the expense of their defending. Free header from Mertz. Buckle in, fellas. We're in for a long one.
Yeah, 10 minutes and 2 goals already. And Laos again on the attack as though Pumpernickel's shot is well held there by Neuer. Now, I mean, Laos have had the leakiest defense of almost any team out there, conceding 20 goals. Only Karpstad in Division 1, who might be excused with a higher competition, have conceded more with their 21, and Karpstad have only scored 1 in their 6 games. Still, though, Laos need to try and get themselves on the front foot here early, especially with how aggressive they do like to play, as that one launched forward, couldn't find Swagger, and was instead picked up by Pork Tenderloin. And immediately a counter-attack launched here, but Kocha can't quite get himself to the ball. Another chance here with Azevedo. Closely by Jiracek. Good cut out there by Ryan to intercept there. Kocha thought he had an onside man in man, but didn't have it. Aloisi does go to man. A shot was 1-on-1, but took the quick option and ended up firing it about 10 rows deep into the bleachers.
Yeah, honestly, man probably could have taken a touch and he was around the keeper, would have had an open net. Easy for me to criticize from the sideline, though.
It was honestly better to go for a chip, perhaps, as here's Paul now working against direct free kick, and the free kick did well there to get the ball back in as that finds Tenderloin. Tenderloin again launches forward a time, and now Paul with a great intercept, and here's 1-on-1, but that time it's tipped wide by McCarty, and a corner 15 minutes in. And to fire it forward, and wasn't able to find anyone. Adams just able to launch it back out. And now to Holmberg. Back to Mertz. That's now Aloisi. Aloisi finds inside. Human got to it first. McCarty gambles and loses. Human gives Seoul their first lead at home. It's 2-1.
Yeah, Seoul's forwards have been doing a pretty good job of just finding the space, finding those gaps in that Laos defense. We see it here. Human just beats McCarty to the ball and has an easy shot. Good finish. 2-1 Seoul.
Yeah, there was no real man marking there. No pun intended, as there's a corner kick that hits a bar, and Mertz almost had himself a double here. Yeah, I just noticed that he just kind of swept his way through the entire defense, and no one really had it, as a Pumpernickel shot there is saved by Neuer with a near post for a corner. I did feel, though, on that previous scoring play. Yep, go on.
Dangerous. Yeah, that was a dangerous look on the free kick from free kick.
Yep, I mean, that's what he's there to do, take those direct free kicks as Adams is sent through on a run out to the flank. Time will flick it into Furious Chicken, but Neuer again is there for it. He's been playing well thus far. Again, another corner here for Seoul. And we'll send it inside. Swagger clears it out. Tenderlin goes right back to the corner taker. Then goes back here for Mertz. Man again. Time wanted offside. Did it get it? A save by McCarty on a Kocha shot. Aloisi now to man, and McCarty holds that one.
Yeah, Soul Keeper having to stand tall in the goal because he is under siege.
Absolutely
nice ball.
Caught here as man in again, and that time beats him. Hugh-Man has a double. What a way to start his campaign of scoring. Scored his first just a bit ago, and now has his second.
Yeah, but like I said, they're finding those gaps in the defense. With just the one center back, there is no one to pick up Hugh-Man. And that's just a solid finish to the near post.
Very well there as Azevedo. That's for time. Time's long shot headed clear by Mertz. A good block. Now has to be marked by Muller. Header in is cleared out again by Mertz, and then Jiracek. Seen this play a bit before where they just end up finding a gap for the goal kick, and they do again, and this time it's Paul, and Paul finishes bottom left corner. It's 4-1 already. Goodness me, it just goes coast to coast so quickly from Seoul. Neuer sends this one out, and there it just feels like there's no stopping this Seoul attack.
Yeah, again, they're finding those. I sound like a broken record, but it's just there's so much space in that Lao defense because they have just the one center back, and that leaves these wide gaps between the center back and the fullback. And Seoul is just running through those channels all day.
That time a header from Swagger. Just wasn't able to find its mark. It looks long again, and once more they have a little bit of a break here with Aloisi. Just turns around. Oh, mine just barely got the ball there. Azevedo. Oh, looks like he didn't come off well there, and I think Hugh-Man actually decided to head it out just because he thought Azevedo was hurt, and he is. Looks like they've caught a stop to this match. And it looks like player manager Bacardi will be making a substitution. Clovis Paye has come on to replace Azevedo. So Azevedo will be out for the remainder of this match. We hope he is all right from his injury as Ryan tries to have that ball clear, but only just finds time. Times tries to find a Furious Chicken, but his header not able to be on target. Azadin time with a corner, and that one is headed away by Man. Adams is there to sweep up. He's trying to build for something here. Pumpernickel goes back to free kick. Back inside of Pumpernickel. Tried a long cross, but only picked out Holmberg. And now a 2-1 on the other side. It's Okocha against mine. Goes to Man. Looks for the hat trick, but McCarty is able to tip it over the top.
Yeah, I mean, Man had his own area code there. Why not have the hit when you have the open shot?
Yeah, I mean, he was 1-on-1 and just took it on. Just didn't go off for him. McCarty had to make an excellent save. The line will clear it out. Once again, they send through. This time, Okocha is in, and he is offside.
Reminder that we are only just a little bit over a half hour into this game.
Yeah, and already a 5-goal half. Feels like we've been playing FIFA on semi-pro. Now Paye getting his first main touch to try and send for an attack, but it was picked out well, and Okocha now on the canner. Tries to go for another chip, but that time wasn't on. Just being pushed wide.
I just felt like he missed it, that one.
Yeah, just got a bit too much on that right side of the football, perhaps. Just directed it left and too far left. Trying to put some pressure on Megamind and didn't quite come off, but they do win the ball back here. That time got back to stopping a Kocha run, and McCarty clears again. Tenderloin heads it right back in. Mind misses a challenge, and now Danny pulls in from Human, and it's 5-1.
A second brace for Seoul, and they just absolutely feast on a counter. Sloppy mistake. Just a giveaway there. They win the ball back. And then just all the time and space in the world. It's like they're playing the real-life Lao national team.
Oh, that one hurts. Either way, just coming towards a halftime break. I imagine that there will be an all-time spray coming, especially if they look for another one here. This time Aloisi blocked out by free kick for a corner. Now man will whip it in for Mertz. Looked for his own brace, a third one, but that time didn't come off. Worry about what happens if it's a big mistake from Mega Man. It's a mistake of the other end, and Swagger just put too much power behind it.
Yeah, I feel like he didn't expect that opportunity and just kind of rushed things.
Here's Muller now. He's open and he scores. It's 6-1. We're not even at halftime. I did say before this broadcast that if things got too out of hand here, which was discussed, that I may just end up leaving. And, well, we're on pace for that at this point. Ball just finds Muller through, unmarked. Mind playing way too far forward. Just an easy left foot of the far side of where McCarty was. And
I can't really break down, like, the build-up because I'd just be repeating myself.
It's Swiss cheese right now as Chicken tried to find Swagger but cleared out by Mertz. Now time back out to Parker. Closely marked by Holmberg. Found Swagger with an opportunity. And there's one right back before the break. That's a good momentum builder. But it's still a long hill to climb.
Something for the fans to cheer about, at least the traveling support. This is a good ball in. And Swagger just takes this excellently. Takes the touch. Doesn't rush the shot. Places it well. Completely onside. Well worked.
Yeah, and just felt like it was a bit unmarked there, given that Mertz and Tenderloin were both back for it. Of course, they're also playing a bit more of a free at the back formation. Only Mertz is there, lone real centre back as here's Aloisi. Well, so much for momentum at the break. It's 7-2.
I have a bottle of water with me, and I don't think there's enough alcohol content for whatever this is. I mean, again, they find the gap. Again, they find the gap, and it's just a simple finish in the end.
Yeah, we're just able to find the unmarked players. And, well, in spite of what seems like an exceptional scoring effort from Seoul, they're scoring at twice their expected goals.
Yeah, I mean, they've been absolutely clinical. They're getting, they're getting these looks and they're finishing them. And their goal difference is definitely appreciating it. They're now in the positives. But yeah, that was one of the halves of football of all time. I cannot break it down any more than that.
Yep. That has to be the only way I can see that. It was a 45 minutes plus of football. It was played, and goals were scored. As it looks like two changes for Seoul. They bring on Jack Carl and Darren Speed for Kjell Holmberg and Ivan Jiricek. Carl will be slotting into that right back role where Holmberg was. Holmberg had been carded earlier on in this game. As we have another card given out that time, that one for Michael Muller. Now Laos looking to launch themselves quickly up, but Mertz cuts out Parker and Cleared out there by Neuer. Found a Kocha. Now back to Paul. Look at this. It's a 4-on-3 here. Oh, but the through ball too heavily weighted, and McCarty just able to be there at the ditch. Clear over the head of Tenderloin. Looked like he didn't have a read on where it was. This goes back to Neuer, but his clearance trying to find Speed. It only ended up finding Chicken. Payet goes to Parker. Speed goes back, makes up for it. Okocha now. Oh, goodness me. There's another 4-on-3 developing here. It's Aloisi now. Going to the left side where direct free kick is, and a penalty given. Direct free kick. Takes down Aloisi, and man for the hat trick. Slots it.
Yeah, that's a Leroy. That's a Leroy Jenkins challenge there, and Hugh Mann making no mistake from the spot. McCarty guesses right, and he almost gets it, but Mann puts just enough on it. Slot it home.
Yeah, and that's a hat trick in 48 minutes. Basically, less than 45 minutes considering when the goal was scored, so can't fault Hugh Mann for his performance. As Ryan there trying to head it away from Adams, couldn't quite do so. Gets back to challenge Parker, goes to Johnson. Johnson, good tackle, Danny Paul. But it fell right for a pumpernickel. Now back with free kick. Gee, I'd really hate to be a Laos fan right now because this just does look so dire for them.
Yeah, you really hate to see it. I'm sorry, it was low hanging.
We're on the same wavelength here. I said the exact same thing. Here's Paul on another break. He gets saved by McCarty. Rebounded and fall for him. Mind clears it out. Now a counter attack from Parker. Parker against Muller. Trying to dance by. Nearly got fouled for a penalty. Goes back to Adams. Oh, great tackle. Liam Ryan. Rugby league convert gets in there and forces a corner. That one whipped to the far side and headed out by Speed and rolls clear of any danger.
Yeah, the Lao attack hasn't been terrible. It's just the gaps in their defense are just being mercilessly exposed.
Yeah, I mean, they're scoring more than the average. They had 4 goals in 6 games. They already have 2 in this one. The problem is their defense has just been shredded. Here they look to send another rip through, but that time it's Payet back to Chicken, and here with a pumpernickel. The pumpernickel tried to get it whipped in, but stopped by Tenderloin. Sent out. Oh, it went over the top of the contest. Aloisi was inside his own half. Here he goes. Hits the bar. Oh, that probably deserved to go in there for 9, but didn't quite come off for him. Ryan will immediately whip it back in for a Kocha, but was offside.
No defense, vibes only. we are at that stage of this game. I mean, we've been at this stage of this game, but...
With both teams playing basically 3 of the back, that was basically the strategy from the kickoff. Just no defense, pure vibes, and here's Parker in. Good save by Neuer, but the shot didn't really look off target. Times corner is headed clear by Mertz. Oh, Ryan did very well to block that one, and it fell for a Kocha. And now he has a run. They have another 4-on-4 developing this time. Johnson has gone back to help out, but it goes back to Ryan, and Danny Paul makes it 9.
Is that a hat trick for him too?
Believe so.
It's a double hat trick.
2 hat tricks, 1 game.
SSL historians, has this happened before? I sincerely doubt it, but it sounds like something Hollywood might have done at one point.
Wouldn't surprise me, but Division 2.
Answers on a postcard.
Yeah, please send. Don't actually give it to my email. I'm not revealing it on here. Speed goes back to Man, goes back to Speed. Danny Paul tapped it, but was blocked by Mind. Corner kick. Man whipped in, tried to find the far post there for Kocha, but it was cleared away, and Adams ends up running it back out and out of trouble. 64 minutes gone, 11 goals. Ryan now has a bit more of a lane here. Doesn't want to try and work himself against Adams, though. Instead tries to whip it in for Muller, but a good tackle by Time, and Really trying to pump his team back up as here's Paye on a good run here. Goes over to Chicken, direct free kick back in, but Carl will head it clear. Kocha tried to get it through, but couldn't quite do so. Just goes back to Mertz. Mertz with a nice chip. Goes to Aloisi. Aloisi sends through Man. Man looking for 4 and misses.
Almost felt like too many cooks there for Lao because they had a nice like build up, but just felt like no one knew who was going to take the shot there.
Yeah, I mean, they've gone to man for most of them. He already has a hat trick. He likely wanted to try and make it 4 there, but couldn't do so as Hughes Chicken tries a long shot. Didn't come off for him. Here's an indirect free kick for Man, and the header by Tenderloin goes over the top. Hardy boosts that one clear, and now with speed. Speed over to Aloisi. Aloisi, he tried a shot from outside the area. Not paid off. A lot of chances coming through here, but not a lot of finishing going on thus far. At least for this brief period of play, as here's Man once more, pulling Mind out and try to find Aloisi, but headed away by direct free kick. He cleans it up, keeps it in, goes back in for Aloisi. You wanted double digits, but the angle wasn't there, even if there was no pass either once he took it into that corner of the 6-yard box, and direct free kick sends it out clear. Furious Chicken out to Paye. Paye challenged by Ryan, couldn't quite get to him. Still trying to chase back, but Paye shot. Come off and harmlessly over the bar. Looking for long throw. Looking for speed. Did eventually end up with him thanks to Muller and cleared out now. Here's Akocha. Does he have double digits? No, it's a great block there. Man from time. Just barely getting back to stop that one. Chicken try to send through Swagger. It didn't look like he was certain if he was onside or not, so just let it run through. Here we go again. A goal kick highlight. Makes me think that there might be something on here, but not this time. It's clear back out, and Swagger tried to find Furious Chicken, but it's never really on. Clears it out, but headed back in by free kick. Chicken now with Paye. Paye to Johnson, and now Parker a long ball. Oh, it beat Neuer, but beat everything else.
Yeah, not a bad look there, but a little bit too much under it.
Yep, as Man ended up beating Mind and misses left again. Goodness me. It's as if he's realized that he already has the hat trick and doesn't want to put up any more of a scoreboard, which is frightening to think about. As speed ends up being picked down instead of a Pumpernickel. Aloisi to Muller, to Man, to Akocha, back to Muller. Muller's shot hit the post. And there's a flag up either way. Going back to key highlights instead of extended highlights. It's been that bad. Aloisi over to Man. Man working against Johnson. Johnson just takes it right back from him. Paye out to Chicken. Chicken with a lot of space to work. At the time now with Parker. Closely marked by Carl. Back here for Johnson. Blocked and a tap. Oh, a bit unlucky there, but Chad Johnson gets himself an assist on a Furious Chicken goal. It makes it 9-3. Some semblance of consolation.
I almost felt the way that the deflection came, and it almost felt like Chicken finished that more as a defense mechanism than any sort of attack. But hey, third goal for Lao just doesn't mean a whole lot when your opponent has triple your goals.
Yep.
Let's at
Guess
least
you could call it a bit of a poacher roll. As here's Paul, it's double digits. I'm gone. Goodbye. I'm not putting up with this anymore. I've had enough. I've seriously had enough with this game. Call me when this is over. There's only 6 minutes left, please. I need to clear my head after this.
I didn't know we were playing Gridiron today. Oh my goodness, we got another. Man has his own area code. Make it 11. I'm just gonna take over for the rest of whatever this is. We're doing it live. And once again, Megamind is just kind of on his own. Once it gets past him, there's no one. 6.22 XG. Absolutely mental. Did the fourth official not put up a number for stoppage time? 2. Here I was being hopeful. We would be done with this. Oh my goodness, Human has another. I mean, at this point, you could put me talking about the gaps in the defense on a soundboard and just press that. We're finally done. We're finally finished.
They scored 2 more.
Yes, they scored 2 more. It's okay. It's over.
4 players with 10 match rating. 4 of them. All of them are on Seoul. I have nothing left to say. In the words of my favorite Castleford man, I can't speak.
I mean, I've basically said all I need to say on this match, so let's just get to the next one.
Please. For the love of God, please. I need something. I need football. Can I have some more 0-0 draws? I got to watch a match of rugby union and a football game broke out.
Okay, we've got Accra versus Montreal. Okay, this one should be decent. Montreal 4th place, 10 points, -1 goal difference. Accra 5 points, -2 goal difference.
Yeah. Accra are gonna be temporarily 7th as a result of that match. And even if they do win here against Montreal, that is a lot of ground they got to try and make up on the goal difference side of things.
8-goal swing it would be.
And technically a 9-goal swing, because if they won 9-0, it'd have to be on goals scored.
Math was never my strong point. We've been over this.
Oh, no, I know. It's just a weird technicality of the game.
Yeah, Montreal also just 3 points back of those promotion places, so win could do them some real good there.
Yep, especially with some of the matches coming up here. You know, the top 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 5th are all yet to play, and you know, those matches to look forward to later on. Because that Montreal corner just results in a throw. See, it's a classic 3-5-2 here for Accra. They are playing 3 centre backs, and well, Taco Cat can play back, and Rizzo Rigmarole can play forward. If they want to run 4-3-3, or maybe send just one forward for a 3-4-3, or whatever they want. It's Oni! Oh, wow, that was a great find off the indirect. It ended up finding him free, and it puts home a beautiful left foot strike.
Yeah, this is an excellent ball in by Druid. And Zerhuni just makes the right run. And it's a tap in. Oh, that we got the flashing lines.
Yeah, sorry.
Zenlos' favorite.
Epileptic warning. Away just right on for Razor's edge there. Could have put a cigarette paper between them. As Accra find themselves in the goal, and Montreal quickly look at the equalizer. Casual, but the header is not enough on it, and Larac able to corral it.
Yeah, it was good work from Manoni to try and set up Casual, but the header just not enough on it.
Indeed, as Accra now looking to build upon their early lead. 25 minutes gone here already, and Selic being sent through. He beats Phantombeds 1-on-1 with Duke, but he just couldn't find the right side of the left post.
Konstantin Selic does not miss many of those. What a save that was.
I actually don't think that
No,
was
that was
saved,
wide.
because that resulted in a goal kick. Just was close by. Larak had it covered, and it ended up being a bit too wide of the mark.
I got faked out.
Here's a tough angle from us here up in the box. There's Manone. Again, they're looking through that left flank. He gets an opportunity, and that time just puts the ball right into the body of Freddie and deflects out for a corner. Onions whipped it in short to Manone and nearly had it, but wasn't quite there. Funyuns with another corner kick here, looking small to the centre, and that's gone through. It's George Phantombeds equalise. Playing up back front, usually at the back, he gets himself a goal.
Yeah, when you're allowing more corners than the Nürburgring Nordschleife, eventually one of them's going to come in. Laroc comes for this, but Phantombeds beats him to it, places the header well. 1-1.
Don't tell that to Kapstadt. Anyways, I continue to slander everyone.
Picked.
Rigmarole picks a pocket, tried to find Bell at the end of that, but couldn't quite do so. Cat tried to find Selic, but that time was headed out by Phantombeds. Closer and closer towards half-time. A goal here would be so crucial in his final 30 seconds. They try to find Utley Labaralonga. This goes back out to Pedersen. Closely marked here by Freddie. Back to Manone. Pedersen will try and find Casual once more. Good block there by Llewellyn. And Funyuns' header on the deflection is corralled by Larak. And that will take us to half-time.
Yeah, if you're Accra, you're probably happy halftime came when it did, because Montreal, they got that goal and they have been hunting for that second. But a very even game so far. Really interested in seeing how the second half goes.
Yeah, pretty evenly matched of the expected goals, but majority of the possession has been for Montreal. They are up 58-42 in that front. So hopefully they can make more of those chances. They have also been the team that is getting far more stuck in. 11 fouls to 3.
Yeah, they've been aggressive both in the attack and when they don't have the ball. It does not look like we have any changes. So ride or die with the starting 11.
Yep. And this one will be just snuffed out there as Whittington tries to get it to the center of the park. Well, looks like
oh my goodness, what's with the injuries today?
That is Manone. Dexter Manone is going to have to be brought off. And let's see. I think they're going to bring on
Dominic Vilk.
They did make some changes as well. Looks like Dominic Vilk and Lennox Prakash are both on.
I have been duped.
Quite a shame. Taco Cat was blocked by Wartooth, and Valorian will just opt to send it well clear. And looks like things are settling down.
I'm sorry, I saw that long clearance and I had flashbacks.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we're going to scoop that one up. Just gets it out to Mathieu. Looks like it'll be a slow build up here. But not quite developing. Prakash will try and send Vilk through. He beat Freddie to the ball. Now he has an opportunity and he scores! Oh, what power that was! Dominic Vilk absolutely put his foot through that one, and Larak could do nothing to stop it.
Sometimes, one person's loss is another person's opportunity. Vilk coming in only for the injury and makes an impact and scores a huge goal to put Montreal in front. And that was hit with some just violence.
Yeah. Oh, this on PG-13. Goodness me. Oh, Larac having to make another strong save there against Wilk. Or Vilk, excuse me. We have had to correct ourselves on that. And we'd like to thank Dominic Vilk for letting us know that we did have a name wrong previously. If we do have it wrong, please do let us know. We are in the Discord. Nonetheless, about time a good save from Salic and boosted clear. Go back to Fantabens. Picks out Valorian on the other side of the pitch. Back in, and Llewellyn will just take the corner.
Yeah, Casual was lurking there. Llewellyn just taking no risks.
Understandably so, as that one as well going to be sent clear, and Funyun's just able to rescue it. Now with Funyuns once more. Goes to Valorian. Valorian now closely marked by Whittington, goes back to Wartooth. Now Funyun's a shot, but too much driven in.
Yeah, got under that a little bit. Did Funyuns, the official snack of the SSL. Hashtag not sponsored.
Oh dear. I say nothing. If I say anything more, I'm in trouble. As Funyun's shot was blocked by Whittington. Pretty much almost immediately, and goes out for another corner kick. Now 15 minutes gone. Montreal looking to extend this lead, but the corner found the feet of no Montreal player, but a bad touch there by Berbatov. Ended up being over for a throw-in there.
Yeah, Accra got to get something going in these last 15 minutes because pretty much since their goal, Montreal have been the better team today, and it's showing on the scoreboard. Here might be a chance.
Yep, Salic just barely got by Mathieu, who was able to get a one-touch shot away, and Duke did well to fend it clear. Harm's way. Vilk now. Oh, good tackle by Rigmarole, but it fell right back to Peterson. Vilk now, a long shot from 25 yards. It really troubled Larac there, but just didn't pay off.
I think Dominic Vilk is feeling confident today.
Oh,
Been everywhere.
Just made an immediate impact once he came on, and, you know, just make the most of your opportunities. That's what you have to do. Here's Druid now looking to equalize, but just put it too far over the top.
Yeah, not a bad idea to shoot from there. You had the space, but just got under it.
Yep.
Do we have some stoppage time dramatics?
A lot of stoppage time here. Still about 3.5 minutes left. Thanks to the 5 minutes added on as Rigmarole just put his foot right underneath it. Way too far underneath it, though. And out it goes for a goal kick. Doesn't look like they'll be able to rescue anything more, but a bit of a
Accra's going to be kicking
there, and that's going to do it. They aren't given that opportunity. And Montreal comes away with a huge victory thanks to Dominic Vilk.
Yeah, the guy who wasn't supposed to play today came on for the injury to Dexter Minoni, comes on and scores the winner, and for my money was probably Montreal's best player after he came on. Accra weren't bad, but like once they went down a goal, like they start piling on this pressure, but they're going to be kicking themselves for some of those missed opportunities. But a very entertaining, very competitive game. A very nice palate cleanser after the opener. And Montreal are now in the 13-point club alongside Buenos Aires and Paris. We'll see if that holds.
Yep, as I believe next up we have AS Paris facing up against AC Romana. So welcome to the Holy Roman Empire rivalry. Schweinsteiger Jeffrey Leverve, rather, that will have us underway. Jeffrey Leverve, a former Athene striker. It's part of a 2 at the front, but now has become the 1 at the front for Romana. Hope to.
Yeah, Romana have been very solid, like quietly very solid in their expansion season. 9 points, -3 goal difference. Currently in 5th in D2.
That time Hill was barely able to get his gloves to it, and the ball just trickled out for a corner. No one really wanted to get after it as Jay Brisky even wanted to take this corner kick, and it's headed away by Stojakovic. There's now out to Papadopoulos. Papadopoulos' shot is blocked. Goes back to Oak. And just decides to fight another day. There's been a lot of changes from last season from this AS Paddy side. Pretty much everyone, I believe, has just come back. So after just barely missing out on promotion to Carpchard last season, they've pretty much decided, all right, re-rack and stack them. And thus far, it's definitely worked out for them.
Yeah, they've got a really solid team. They were perhaps a little unlucky to not go up last season, but they definitely look like a team that is going to be, like, they're going to be in that fight. That fight for promotion is crowded as all heck, but Paris have put their foot forward.
Yeah, and they're putting their best
what
one
a ball.
forward. Pelletier, and he scores his first of the campaign. Beautiful through ball by Jay Brisky, and Pelletier versus Hill. It was the first one to the ball that was going to win it, and it was Sebastian Pelletier that did so. He started the attack. Once he got it, sent it out to Papadopoulos. Cortez looked to the outside of Brisky, and Pelletier made a beeline for the goal. And as the crow flies, he was going to fly in and score that one, no trouble. But he takes a 1-0 lead.
Jay Brisky, just such a quality player, like over these last couple seasons for AS Paris, particularly in the attack. Just what a through ball that was.
As Levert tries to treble Barflip, but it didn't quite go through there. See Jeremiah try to get it through Brockshaw. Brockshaw, actually a former Paris player, was transferred out. Of course, didn't see much time on the benches. Here's Fasolatido, who nearly found it. I believe it actually might be Fasolatido's debut, if memory serves.
Yeah, just signed off the waiver wire. Gets an immediate start and gets a decent look there. Just perhaps first match nerves. Pulls it a bit wide.
Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult to be able to get yourself involved in the score sheet in your first game. I wouldn't know anything about that, of course. As Barflett receiving the ball back, it looks like Paddy will elect for the slow play and immediately turns on the afterburners. Here's Cortez, and it's Papadopoulos! Oh, it's the same play again, but with two different players involved, and Leonidas Papadopoulos, Division 2's leading goal scorer last year, slots home yet another.
Yeah, Papadopoulos had the 4 goals against Laos, and yeah, you cannot let him get to that ball because he's just going to make you pay. One of the deadliest goal scorers in D2 last season. Seems to have picked up where he left off this season. Great ball, held on by Smart. Just beats Hill to it.
Yeah, and it was a really good work there because I think Papadopoulos was briefly offside and then just kind of dropped himself back off just to make sure that he was in line, and did very well there to make sure he was there for a through ball as Cortez's header. Quite there.
Yeah, just a really intelligent run from a very smart striker in Papadopoulos. See if Romana have a response.
Yep, I mean, they've already had to go 2-0 down and 35 minutes in. They tried to find a Silva on the right flank, marked closely by Sparkle, and the pressure got to them. The pass only went to Peter Oak. I'm looking for Papadopoulos, but was headed away by Smart. He just ended up with Nunez. Here's the Silva again. Sparkle closely marking and somehow was able to get that ball out. Good tackle, Stojakovic, to stop Papadopoulos and try to get Milan Horvat through. And Smart there to sweep up and stop any danger from occurring. Levert, Newport tried to win that duel and missed it. And the shot was blocked there by Washburn by the looks.
Yep, it will be a corner.
Jeremiah in, try to find Faso Latido, and that one he couldn't keep down.
Yep, Romana are not playing terrible in this one. It's just Korea have taken their chances where they've come.
Alistair, hit the post, and Stojakovic just able to clear it out, but not for long as Stojakovic again gets in front of a shot to block it. Having to work so hard to keep him from conceding a third there.
Yeah, almost immediately commentator's curse, so. But 2-0 Paris at halftime. They've been the better team. They've taken their chances. Probably a bit unlucky to not be 3 on that last occasion, but still with that post, Romana is still very much in it. The mountain is going to be there to climb. But Paris seems to have seen the challenge laid down by Montreal, who pulled even with them on points, and has said, challenge accepted.
Yep. I feel like they answered the call. And will be doing very well there to fight with Montreal. Of course, Montreal were last in Division 2 last time out. And I think they've definitely recovered well this season. There's 2 changes for Romana. Tyson King and George Murphy have come on.
See if fresh legs can help open up the game for the visitors.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely, I felt like needed that little bit of a boost, perhaps. Just double checking here the official substitutions. Alistair will whip it forward to Brisky. Brisky trying to find Nunez, but couldn't find anyone else. Well, or rather was marked by Nunez and couldn't find anyone else. Romana looking him out their own attack. Lavelle goes to Sherwood. Sherwood just stopped to play it back to Stojakovic. Maya tried to clear it out and it's just bouncing off Pelletier. Thankfully fell for Smart. Could have fallen for a lot of other bodies there, and Pelletier trying to work it clear, but Jeremiah does well. And stops that one from getting any further forward. Long clearance here for the substitute Murphy. Murphy back to Jeremiah. Sets through there, but good work by Bartlett. Was watching that near post very closely. Made sure that nothing else could go through. Brisky inside, and a good
Bartlett hasn't had a whole lot to do. Yeah, Bartlett hasn't had a whole lot to do, but he's done well when he's been called upon.
Yeah. One of the players that did come off for, I believe Tyson King, was Mila Schweinsteiger. We're just looking to double check who that second player coming off was. As Oak will try and direct his traffic. Goes over to the right side of Pelletier. Sets through Papadopoulos. Does he have a double? No, just barely on the outside of the post.
Yeah, that was an excellent ball into Papadopoulos, but I feel like he might have done better if he would have taken a touch, but easy for me to say from the commentary booth.
Yep. Sometimes you do just have that caco efforts to try and send yourself straight through and take one on, but yeah. So that's why it's caco efforts. It's inadvisable. Goes back to Bartlett to Washburn, and we have double checked here. It was a Faso Latido who was brought off, so his debut game finishes without anything of a score sheet, but was involved a fair amount as De Silva with a little bit of space here, trying to work against Sparkle. Stop to go right back to Sherwood, finds a Silva again. The Silva shot blocked there by Sparkle. Sparkle's done a very good job of tagging Ronaldo De Silva. And it's just very admirable work as poor throw-in there intended for De Silva by McAllister. And yeah, I think Twilight Sparkle's playing a very underrated game right now, holding off that attack from the right side as he's hauled out a shot right to his own man. Well, Chains are blocking that one. Oak, Papadopoulos with a header to no one in particular. Perhaps he'll just try to head it down and just put too much on and Cody Hill just ended up sweeping it up. A long ball
it's a
here.
great ball.
That is through. Can he pull the shot away? No, it's a good save there by Bartlett. Very short keeper by stature, but has a great vertical leap on him.
Yeah, it was a great ball into Levert. Borey Bartlett, once again, hasn't had a whole lot of work to do, but has been very good when he needed to come up big.
And I think that's pretty much the story of how Bartlett plays, is that long shot just couldn't find the mark. And
It's like a bit of a knuckler there.
Frisky tries to find Papadopoulos and does, and right on the stroke of the hour, the bell rings for 3-0. Papadopoulos has a double-us and a huge goal to really tighten the screws on this Romana side.
Yeah, Romana paid to, they've had those chances, but all it takes is that one opportunity, and all of a sudden, it is 3-0. Leonidas Papadopoulos. Just good job getting open and heading that one home.
Yeah, was very strong in the air a lot of the time. But here's Murphy was offside.
I don't know.
Was it offside rather? I thought that was the offside, but no, it was a corner kick that was saved by Bartlett, and he goes up and helps rescue that ball into his hands. Been much more of a passive dominance here, I feel, by Paddy, rather than the active dominance that we saw in that Seoul Laos game. Here's Cortez looking to make it 4 as that one goes wide.
Yeah, I feel like the scoreline is maybe a little harsh on Romana, but, one team is finishing their chances, the other isn't, and that's how, a game that could be, 2-1 ends up, a 2-1 game where it's still really close can, end up being a 3-0 game. I don't think Romana should be discouraged, but especially when this is one of the tougher games they'll play this season. But, learning experience.
Very inclined to agree with that, as another Romana chance can't get through. Less than 15 minutes to play here. Free kick given here to Paddy, and Pelletier sends Alistair through. Alistair! Oh! Another shot hit with venom, and it's 4-0 Paddy. That's an absolute statement goal there. Just picked apart the defense, and nothing Romana can do.
Yeah, Papadopoulos draws smart in, and that opens up the space for Alistair. Great job using Pelletier sort of as a pivot. Just a well-worked team goal from AS Perry.
Yeah, they've been doing that a lot this season. Hence why they are top of the standings. Just ends up falling with Newport. Well, that back inside the Pelletier finds Cortez. Looking to make it 5 perhaps. Papadopoulos try the hat trick. Get it on that near post. Get Levert through again. Just not really finding any holes in the defense thus far. Just as a correction, AS Paddy are currently second. They are actively first as they run. Of course, still waiting on the game between Buenos Aires and Reykjavik, one that could very well decide a promotion spot. But right now, yes, Buenos Aires with my free as Cortez is sent through and beats Hill on the right side, going cross face, and that is a dagger. 5-0. Paddy have looked the strongest side throughout, and that one was an exclamation point.
Yeah, it was a really mature, calm take from Cortez, too. Takes the extra touch to get the shot that she wanted. And like I said, I think the scoreline is a little bit harsh on Romana, but ultimately, you know, they didn't finish their chances. Paris did. The game kind of got away from them, and once you get to a certain point, it's like you just want to get on the plane home.
Yeah, you just want to get out of Dodge. But I mean, given they're close, they
Especially-
probably will end up taking a train ride.
Yeah, fair enough. And also, like, the Paris is going to be one of the tough. Paris away is one of the tougher fixtures in D2. So,
One of the few teams this season that hasn't drawn any of their first half games, and shot going wide. It seems like Romana will basically hierarch themselves into 5th with 3 wins and 4 losses. Unfortunately, Lachlan Martin is not a part of his side to do the same. He's on Socc. That's a little bit of an in-joke, so if you're watching, Lockie, I hope you enjoyed your holidays. This one just ticking down. Not long left in this match. As Washburn, with a header clear again. Just Levert has not had many breaks, and when they have had opportunities, Bori Bartlett has been rising to the occasion. Papadopoulos looking for a hat-trick goal here and slots it. There's 6. And that will be another great hat-trick for Leo Papadopoulos to add yet another match ball to his collection.
yeah, I believe that's like his second in the last 2 weeks. What a touch just to settle that down, get that onto the foot. Hill is off his line. He has an open net. What a game for Leonidas Papadopoulos. He has been lethal.
Yeah, I mean, he led in XG and was underperforming it by 1.05 goals after the first 4 games. And he adds a hat-trick to that. And while you can see they were outperforming it on this occasion, and you see they just have the majority of the chances, more than double the shots, on target. So kind of unsurprising, albeit feels like they should have been more on offer there for Romana. So perhaps, yes, it is harsh, but felt like
Yeah,
the
the
result was never
6-0.
really in doubt.
Yeah, the game very much like it was a competitive game for most of it with a Paris lean, but then towards like once that third goal went in for Paris, the game very much got away from Romana.
Yep. As Jay Brisky will get player of the match with a 9.8 match rating, which somehow isn't even the highest this match day.
It's not even the third highest.
No, it's 5th.
Oh my god. Anyway, that will bring us to our final game, and this one we're saving the best for last, I hope, in before 0-0. But Buenos Aires entered today first. Reykjavik entered today third and are 3 points back of Buenos Aires. This is a critical match in the promotion chase, and this is extra spicy.
Yep. Reykjavik third, Buenos Aires first. If Reykjavik win, they put themselves right in the driver's seat of a promotion spot, contending with Montreal, and really makes it a 4-horse race, or perhaps 3 into 1. Of course, Paddy have boosted themselves well clear now, as Reykjavik have a huge opportunity to really cause some havoc in that table. The Buenos Aires will look to secure themselves a victory and keep pace with AS Paddy, even if they aren't able to put home many chances. And of course, they were only up by 1 goal difference coming in, so if they have to make it up by 5, opportunity. See how they do.
Yeah, Paris have laid down the gauntlet. Oh, sloppy.
Yeah, good work by Sigvard of Katarina to get back.
Yeah, Lachlan O'Rourke, very dangerous in D2, but kind of shackled there.
Yep, there's now an opportunity for
that's pretty.
Vanderslof, barely tipped away by Kazenga Lualua.
Very pretty build-up by Buenos Aires there. Just Lualua there to deny Vanderslof. One of the more dangerous players on this Buenos Aires team.
An offside opportunity. As now Vanderslov tries to find Gorkov, closely marked there by Letitia. Brooks Patron. Oh, Lua. Didn't even meet his hands to it, just I think got the hip on it. Corner for Buenos Aires.
I'm not sure Lua really saw that until late.
Yeah, perhaps, but it looked like there was much of a screen there either. As Zaid just headed it over the other side. Vanderslov. Scarpetta will clear it, as in Roberto Scarpetta. And that one is cleared away from danger. Ball to take this corner for Reykjavik. Oh, good save there by Oakdown. Good hands there on a ball that quickly was whipped in towards him. We see Buenos Aires formation here for 4-1-2-3. Brooks Patron in that more halfback / CDM role. Very pivotal to making chances. As there's one there. Oh, he sets up Vanderslov to cross it in. And Lauren Gorkov on the other end puts it home for Buenos Aires. And Vega, as they run, are tied with Paddy for that promotion spot.
Yeah, comes off the throw-in. Checker finds Vanderslov. Vanderslov, great vision. And then Gorkov just peels off Letitia and gets a wide open header and makes no mistake. Buenos Aires, the team ahead of Reykjavik in the standings, taking the early lead.
Beautiful work. As now they already look to send home a second one. Here's Checker. Great block by Lopta. Stops that one from coming in. It seems like Buenos Aires have had the majority of the chances already. 10 shots, but 5 on target. With 5 on target now, rather. Here's Vanderslov. Vanderslov that time saved by Lua. And out for a corner.
Yeah, the thing about this Buenos Aires team is they have multiple weapons that can kill you. They have Vanderslov, they have Governo, they have Tolly, who had that hat trick fairly recently, and obviously Gorkov with goal early.
And nearly had it in, but just hit the side of a net. Really need to try and mount a charge sooner rather than later. Need to find a chance for O'Rourke. He decides to send a long ball out to Lopta. Goes back to Hall to recenter it. Where does Eric Hall go? Just goes back to Claudio Scarpetta. Controls it. Ball back over. Letitia. Working against Guevara. In for Manone. His shot saved by Oakdown. Ball up. Oh, off the bar there. That's unfortunate there. I think it was a header of Holy Diver.
Yep, Reykjavik knocking on the door a bit after the Buenos Aires goal, but as we go into halftime, pretty competitive game. Pretty mostly even with a Buenos Aires lean, and Buenos Aires, of course, getting the goal from Lauren Gorkov. This second half should be a very interesting one, because Reykjavik are not out of this.
Yeah, I mean, if you were rounding down, the XG would absolutely match what's been put out there, but if you were rounding normally, it feels like it's been very even. Unfortunately, nothing has really come of what's gone on as we go out to the second half.
Doesn't look like any changes.
Yep, just looking over there. Doesn't look like there's any changes, at least on the side of Buenos Aires. So we can guarantee that. From what I can tell on the field, no one has come on new for Reykjavik. So both teams playing as they stand. Hall's pass was weak and was intercepted there by Tali. Going to send Vanderslov through after a touch from Governo. Followed closely by the Scarpetta brothers. Roberto on primary contained Claudio secondary. Brooks Patron ends up getting free. Calavera shot blocked, and Andrews to get it to Zaid, who finally hoists it out of danger.
That was very pretty passing plays from Buenos Aires, but came up short in the final third.
Yep, Didn't come off for them. It shows that they have the potential to do so again. I think I will look to Vanderslof once more. He has been a very prolific goal scorer in seasons past, and I would expect him to do so again. If I had to pick anyone else on this side, and on the other end, I mean, I have to say Lachlan O'Rourke would be the one if Reykjavik were to try and equalise. As Tali's shot there, ooh, lit up the bleachers, nearly lit up the net.
Yeah, not a bad look. Just couldn't keep it down.
Nearly an hour gone. Vanderslof tried to find Tali, but headed away by Roberto Scarpetta. Andrews finds O'Rourke. Oh, great takeaway there by Governo. He doesn't have many support players, but he does find one with Vanderslof. Vanderslof trying to cut in, but was forced away by the Scarpetta brothers. Brooks Patron tries a one-timer off a cross in, but didn't have the aim for it.
Buenos Aires is very hungry for that equalizer. Just really good forcing the mistake and then turning it into a chance. Unfortunately, couldn't cash in, but...
Yep, they were nearly able to cash in again there as Lua makes a solid save off Governo and nearly ended up giving it back to him, but ended up just getting it out of danger, at least for the time being. They go again. The diver, however, does stop that long ball in from Gorkov. Here's Tali. About 3/4 of the way through this match. Looks like Gorkov was fouled off a ball there. Advantage being played by McDonald. Tali finds Vanderslof. His header was on target. Lua did well to stop it. I'm not on the Icelandic side. Calavera did very well to cut out that pass. There was another weak pass between Manoni and Hall. Here's Gorkov, a shot. Oh, that had so much power behind it. And Lua could only just tip it over for a corner kick. Did well to get there on that near post. Roberto Scarpetta will head it out, and it goes out for a throw-in.
Buenos Aires have been knocking on the door in this second half. You wonder if they might not regret missing those chances. But time is starting to run out on Reykjavik.
Yellow card has been shown there to Eric Hall on that challenge. There's a resulting free kick taken. Tali try to find Governo. Well, they'll wholly diver though. And O'Rourke heads it clear, but he probably should have tried to take it himself because they need a goal right now, Reykjavik, especially if they want to keep pace with Montreal to perhaps even just salvage third place. Time will definitely decide the result here. Next goal will almost certainly decide the result, of course, but that's starting to be incredibly obvious. Here's Knight with a lot of room. Finds Vanderslof! Oh, beautiful touch! Right into the bottom right corner. And with just under 3 minutes left in regulation, Buenos Aires might have very well secured themselves the 3 points they desperately needed in this match.
Yeah, they've been that cat playing with a mouse before it kills it, and right there's the kill. Great ball in, and just a tap in for Vanderslof. Very calm and composed. Probably tougher than it looks, but that may very well be the dagger, and that will keep Buenos Aires in the promotion places.
Yeah, they won't have that first promotion spot out of this match day very likely unless they can salvage a few more goals, but there's not much time to do it. Oak down as well there to corral that one and make sure they don't concede another. Lotte was perhaps looking to get himself on the end of that. Siegvord of Katarina had it rolled to him, and he decides to send it out to the left flank, and that's the attack they go with. Here's Gorkov, perhaps just looking for territory more than anything, but he gives another opportunity for Vanderslof, who is only able to trouble the side netting.
Vanderslof has been excellent today, very dangerous, got the dagger goal as well, assisted on the first. He has been everywhere for Buenos Aires.
Yep. As here's one last opportunity perhaps for Reykjavik with Andrews. Andrews crosses in for O'Rourke, but the header is wide, and that will take us to the end of this match day. Buenos Aires comes away with a 2-0 victory and keeps themselves in the race. And it's a huge one as well, as they go 5 points clear of third position.
Yeah, and they very much deserved it. Like, the first half was pretty even, but in the second half, they just flat out dominated and very much proved why they've been in the top two slots and why they are a front runner for promotion at this point. For Reykjavik, Kazenga had a pretty good game, but they just didn't have enough going forward.
Yeah, I have to agree. It just seemed like their attack was bone dry there, and all of Buenos Aires really played well there. Edwin van der Sloot, of course, had the goal, had the assist, had the key passes, had the most chances created. Understandably, gets himself player of the match.
Yeah, and the biggest game of the game match day is the last game of the match day. So yeah, after that first game, we had some pretty good ones.
Yeah, and I would like to correct something, as we will go to the standings very shortly. Montreal are only 3 points clear. Oh, sorry. Buenos Aires and Petty are only 3 points clear of Montreal. They did end up winning that match. It was from a previous thing that we'd seen where Reykjavik had dropped and Montreal were only at 11. That was when they had equalized, or rather had been equalized against. We should bring up the standings shortly. And I mean, well, it started out in absolute chaos, and then it was a pretty classic match between Accra and Montreal, and another match of pretty tremendous domination. And Buenos Aires and Reykjavik had themselves a very good game against each other, though the result was secured by the favored team. As there you see the standings as well. Seoul Mythic, goodness me. I think we actually did have something wrong in the standings there, as yeah, I think they had a win that was reported as a loss. Still, that's incredible work for them to be able to get themselves up to the top of, or near the top of the standings as well. They're only 5 points back in promotion and have a pretty good goal difference to boot as well, thanks to that victory over Laos.
Yep. It's gonna be a tight battle for promotion. I can't wait to see what happens in this second round robin. Paris and Buenos Aires have set themselves up nicely, but anything can happen.
Yeah, they can't afford to drop points, especially now. Hopefully they can just live up to being second half merchants rather than just being first half ones. Anyway, that will do us for this broadcast of the Simulation Soccer League for the Simulation team, for the board of directors, for the community candidates, and for Valpix. I've been Socc. We shall see you next time.